This Senate bill would force companies to audit AI used for housing and loans. Algorithmic accounts are playing a crucial growing role in our lives. AI has spread beyond expectations and is still excelling in all segments at a great pace, as the attempts are initiated to understand how AI is actually working and who all are accountable, is resulting in spotting down all the imperfections. With the upcoming challenges faced by AI auditors is transforming them to learn a contemporary audit through artificial intelligence. This is not only making their tasks easier, but also solutions are working and transforming challenges into effortless success. Sometimes AI audits are also directed to biased results, and hence the recent Senate bill has some conditions to solve this biasness. Hey AI enthusiasts, welcome back to AI Future Life. We are back with a new video that will help you dive deeper into the concept of AI and clarify how the future is entirely in the hands of AI. Today we will be talking about everything about the recent Senate bill that will help keep an eye on AI audits. Before we hop on to what this bill is about, leap and hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for all the exciting news rolling around AI's future. And do not forget to click on the small bell icon so you do not miss any of the latest and exciting uploads on our channel. That said, let's get started. With the endless complex technologies evolving in the world, artificial intelligence is also one of those. Many companies have already quickly adopted this super technology, but some of the companies are yet to adopt the contemporary technology. Without a doubt, AI has benefited a lot to different segments of professions and industries, but what usually gets ignored is its darker effects on the industry. There are truths and even half-truths spread in the hyped surroundings of the AI world. With the recently buzzed AI adoption, one loophole until the date was the auditing of AI services. There were no specific establishments of regulatory frameworks, standards, and mandates for AI processing. Most of the auditors were in a dilemma of how to successfully audit the virtual adoption of AI in the industries. The definition of AI adoption widely varied, and because of this, a blend of existing and emerging technologies gave rise to AI architecture with complex systems. Good IT auditors already had a pretty good knowledge of AI, but practically to keep a check on algorithms model, specialists are required. The ordinary auditors are not the right person for it. Finally, a week ago, legislation instigated a bill that said the companies will have a compulsion to keep a check on the effects of artificial intelligence and automated systems which are usually used for forging a decision. These decisions are some of the other ways affecting the individual's life in terms of employment, finances, housing, and some other aspects. The new act of the Algorithmic Accountability Act of 2022 will now supply tech specialists to keep an eye on the working and the information which will be published based on the algorithmic tech by the companies depending on their usage. These specialists will be provided to the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, to maintain AI accountability and transparency among individuals and companies. Nowadays, almost every kind of business, be it a home loan provider or bank or job recruitment service, has adopted the usage of algorithmic systems for enabling machine-driven quick decisions. Some of the algorithms used by social media companies are predominantly in the regulatory spotlights. This bill will permit integrated surveillance and good control of technologies that are responsible for unfair decisions, risks, or harms to an individual's personal life. This bill asks the company to deploy their automated systems used for assessing. It also specifies the necessary steps that should be taken to mitigate negative impacts, and last but not least, timely submission of annual reports to the Federal Trade Commission so they can assess and point out if any discriminatory steps are followed by the company. Is it the similar bill that was passed back in 2019? This current bill is just an expanded version of the legislation passed back in 2019. It is 50 pages long and is far longer and more detailed than its 15 pages predecessors. This will focus on creating a benchmark of transparency and accountability for all the companies who are actively using algorithms. Those companies who are using algorithmic technology for making critical decisions are having crucial effects on people's lives. In terms of employment, financial planning, essential utilities, housing loans, or legal services. With this bill by the Algorithmic Accountability Act 2022, the evaluation will comprise ongoing testing and analysis of the decision-making process. Additionally, this bill will help to test and maintain the contemporary algorithmic system. The key differentiation is the bill involves the language utilized to determine if the technologies are covered by the legislation. The effect of the bill is highly beneficial and will sooner or later prove to be concrete and effective. A leading individual of Human Rights Project exclaimed, "This is legislation that is focused on creating a baseline of transparency and accountability around where companies are using algorithms to legal effect." So the question arises, if this new bill is for all the companies using algorithmic systems? Well, no, this algorithmic bill impact will be particularly for the companies using automated systems that have $50 million in annual revenue, or they will be worth more than $250 million in equity. Additionally, there should be around 1 million people, households, or devices as the identifiable data for automated decisions. These numbers actually are general ones, and according to these numbers, almost every company in the healthcare, recruitment and human resources, real estate and financial lending industries would have a compulsion to conduct AI assessment. This new act is framed in such a way that chances of getting loopholed are minimal, so the companies should also function accurately and maintain their integrity, as at the end of the day, they need to assess every detail in the report, with 100% surety and with collaborations with BSA. It will be focusing on targeting high-risk systems and eventually allocate responsibilities between different organizations to develop and deploy. One of the associates said, "We look forward to working with the sponsors and committees of jurisdiction to improve on the legislation to ensure that any new law clearly targets high-risk systems and sensibly allocates responsibilities between organizations that develop and deploy them." With the passing of bills, what is the added responsibility of the companies? All the companies that will be covered under the conditions mentioned in the bill have to submit annual reports about automated assessments to FTC. After submission, FTC's roles come into play. FTC has the responsibility to provide annual reports showing trends, aggregated statistics, guidance, and lessons learned from these reports submitted by the company. Not only this, FTC has added responsibility of publishing all the repository of information of the company publicly. The FCA also has the responsibility of making rules for algorithmic impact assessments. They also have brought new members for the AI advisory team from AI Now Institute, who is now a senior advisor at the FTC. Given that the bill instructs the FTC to build out exactly what the impact assessments will require, it's heartening that the current FTC AI team is led by individuals that are particularly well suited to draw the bounds of a meaningful algorithmic impact assessment, says one of the leads. This clearly signifies how powerful this association will be. The proposed bill, if passed, would highly benefit the dynamically growing sector of AI auditing and monitoring services that will provide impact assessments. The government officials and agencies are pushing the bill and are highly optimistic about its after implementation effects. Does artificial intelligence possess real potential? Obviously, yes. If implemented in the correct ways, AI promises to transform more than just the ways enterprises do their business. Every segment of the business will be revolutionized and integrated with AI. Every new innovation in technology has some other flaws, which can be solved easily and swiftly. Soon the machines will be working just like human functions. In the initial phase, there will be hurdles, but this is the perfect time when AI is providing companies a golden opportunity to upgrade and establish themselves. The bill is already proposed and is expected to soon be passed by the government. After the bill is passed, companies' functioning will be increased a bit, but they will now have access to upgrade themselves in a regulated manner. It might take some time to digest, but will surely be beneficial in the long run. What are your thoughts on the new bill of Algorithmic Accountability Act 2022? Will it really be a game changer for contemporary artificial intelligence technology, and will it be proven to be successful for companies? Do let us know your reviews in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Before ending, if you liked the video, hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest and exciting news rolling around AI. See you in the next one. Until then, peace.